Gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Pennsylvania is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to yield the gentleman from Georgia, my good friend, Mr. Clyde, 2 minutes.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to my friend from Pennsylvania for yielding. Madam Speaker, this monstrosity of a bill is the most progressive and expensive piece of legislation in our nation's history. It will fundamentally alter the course of our great nation by codifying the far left's dangerous policies, such as components of the Green New Deal, taxpayer-funded abortion, and the weaponization of the IRS. In fulfilling the far left's wish list, this bill bankrupts America. And it does so, Madam Speaker, all while Americans are reeling from record-high rates of inflation that are crippling their pocketbooks, emptying shelves at the supermarket, and making gasoline prices skyrocket. This compounded with the fact that the Biden administration refuses to address the myriad of crises plaguing Americans across the country. I am convinced that my counterparts on the other side of the aisle have no desire to set America up to succeed, nor are they interested in embracing the freedoms that we know and love, the very freedoms that serve as the foundational underpinnings of our great democracy. No, this bill moves us not just one step towards socialism, it propels us into big government socialism. That's because this bill provides universal preschool child care from birth to the tune of nearly $400 billion, both of which are great opportunities for Washington-controlled curriculums and bureaucrats to indoctrinate our children in the most developmental of years. $80 billion to double the size of the Internal Revenue Service, further weaponizing the agency and targeting hardworking American taxpayers. That should frighten every one of us. $100 billion to establish a backdoor amnesty program that will give 5-year renewable visas to millions of individuals illegally residing in the United States. The child tax credit to those who enter the United States illegally by dropping the current law requirement for a Social Security number. And $550 billion for the Green New Deal, including billions for a new climate green bank, environmental and climate justice grants in the United States
The gentleman's
Postal
time
Service
has expired.
to convert to an electric vehicle fleet.
Madam Speaker, I'd yield an additional minute for summation.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you. And $12.5 billion for tree equity, and radical environmental justice initiatives. That's right. This bill leaves us knocking on the door of big government socialism. My constituents sent me to Washington, D.C. to protect and secure their freedoms and to put Americans first, not last. And I look forward to voting no on this travesty of a bill. And I encourage all my colleagues to also vote no on this big government socialism bill. And I yield back.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.
Madam Speaker, let me just respond. Well, forget about it. Madam Speaker, I yield 1 minute